Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It is Tuesday, May 12th at 4:42 a.m. So, I'm going to dedicate this whole video to Trump. It's kind of how I feel today. There's a few things that I want to do. Of course, his last, the last being how his day, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. But I want to draw on a few things, like how is he related to the economy and what's going on with the economy through Trump. Let's try that one. And I have my energy cards out because that's kind of how I feel about it. Let's see what we have. Envy. We have door to personal healing and happiness. Door to value and the thinking man. The second chakra. Sorry, I'm not a chakra guru, so I always have to look up the chakras. The chakras is boundaries, trust, warmth, intimacy, addiction, pleasure, joy. So addiction. So addiction to the economy. See, he has a very unhealthy way of looking at the economy and the unhealthy way of looking at money. And this is evident right here, right now. Personal happiness and healingness. You see, he wants the money to come forth and to get his bragging points back up. He's very envious person. He's envious of anybody that has money. He's envious of anybody that does well, envious of anybody that can speak well. He just doesn't do very well with that. My next reading is going to be on how he feels about women, because in the thinking man, he sits around and just ponders and ponders and ponders and ponders and ponders and thinks and thinks and thinks and thinks about the door of value. That is his ultimate goal, is money is connected to his value. So that's for his money. Now let's look and see his energy and how he feels around women, because he just is so sick around them. He's very intimidated by them. He's very, all of that. So let's see what he has. Storm warning. That's interesting. Around women. Healer of the ages. And hostilities. Now the healer of the ages, let's throw some clarifiers on that. Healer of the ages. A storm warning. I think if the women in the press or any woman around him pushes him even farther, we're going to get an explosion. I think they're doing the right thing by putting a whole bunch of women in the press and sitting that in front of him every time he goes in front of the podium, because I'm pretty sure they know the world, healing and strength. Oh, I see. He thinks women overpower him. Women have strength over him. Women dominate him. That's interesting. The storm inside when he's around them, and hostilities, anger. Spirit, tell me what his problem is. Tell me why he... Temperance. That speaks to more of his anger towards his mother. This all came from his mother. Temperance. Self-control. Oh. He uses self-control on not having to explode around women. I wonder if he is the emperor. Oh, he thinks that he should be bowed to. He thinks that women are less than, and let's see, the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands, family. Family. All right, let's see. It's a family of oranges, the Five of Swords. Yeah, so he has abusive relationship with his mother, with his family. He never was valued in his family. His father probably had a lot to do with that, and the women have strength over him, and he has to control himself not to blow up and to hurt them and say mean things, which he doesn't do very well. But the origin, of course, is his family and his mother, and it's an abusive relationship. It's an abusive relationship, and that these are things that if you do not take care of when you grow up and become an adult, all of the things that happen to you as a child, if you do not look into your soul and look at the dark side of your soul, you're never going to function in this world correctly. And this is what his problem is. He never functions in this world correctly. So what does he feel about men? What does he feel about men? Deceit. Goddess of the moon and the temple path. So he worships men. See, he has a hatred for women and he worships men. He has an unnatural attachment to men where he worships them. So what probably happened in his family, which is interesting enough, is that his men around him, including him, he's into deceit. That's his base. That's his absolute base as a man, is deceit. That's his core. And there's nothing we can do about that. There's nothing to change that. And then the moon, the goddess of the moon, is nothing will hold him back, and nothing will hold him back, and nothing he'll lie about. And then the temple path is talking about this is how he came into this world, this is how he's going to leave this world. Is his baseline is deceit. Now we're talking about how he sees men. He also sees men this way. So he also, the sun. He worships men. So he hates women, worships men. Yep. The Lovers. The Tower. Yeah. His father was awful. Five of Swords showed up again. Abusive relationship with his father, with his men. High priestess. Trust yourself. He doesn't trust himself. So these are very interesting cards at how he reacts with men. So he doesn't have a healthy relationship with human beings. And that's what happens when you do not take care of your childhood discomforts or abuses or whatever that's gone on, and you just go on with life. Is you have an unhealthy relationship with humans. So let's see what he thinks about his own children. Really, what he thinks about his own children. We already know that he has an inappropriate relationship with his daughter. Whether he's ever done anything across that line, I don't ever want to know. But I do want to know, but I don't want to know, right? But he has an inappropriate relationship, so he doesn't even know how to be a father in an appropriate way, with especially with his daughter. It's evident that you don't take sexy pictures with your own daughter, but whatever, man. Okay, carrying connections. The thinking women. And the man holding the coin. Oh, I see. So he always had the thinking woman, that he was rich. And then the carrying connections, that's how his children came about. So that's all it is telling me the story about that. Is how his children came around, the carrying connection. Women thinking he had money and then he got children. So there's really no, let's see. The Two of Swords. making a decision or compromise. Wheel of Fortune, which Wheel of Fortune is fate. Also, Wheel of Fortune is also fate, and what comes around goes around type of thing with his children. Maybe that meaning that his offspring is a lot like him. Judgment. He judges his children often. His children can do no right. He judges them often. He's a tyrant in their life. So this right here represents the what he thought about his mothers of his children. Wheel of Fate, Fortune. It was just happened, and the Two of Swords is making a decision. Nine of Wands. Let's see. Nine of Wands, boundaries, persistence. Oh, he keeps his children at bay. He keeps his children at bay. Boundaries. You can't do this. You can't do that. Boundaries. I'm going to pull another one on. Yeah, he's a magician. He's a magician. He's elusive to his own children. He's elusive to his own children. He's a magician. He's this, that, and the other. His children have never gotten true compassion and love from him because he fakes it. He fakes it. Cold as ice. Cold as ice to his children. All right, let's see what you got. Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is relocating, moving, transition. Oh, he was always moving. He was always moving in and out of their life. That makes sense. Coffee. He was always moving in and out of their life. Queen of Cups. Now that one's interesting. Healing and support. Nurturing. Maybe he wanted to be that way. It doesn't represent what he was doing and how he got there, right? There was no let's have children and let's have a wonderful, wonderful life. It was like Wheel of Fortune. It just kind of happened, and then he terrorized his children by cold as ice and not doing it. But maybe, he wanted to. That's what, the Queen of Cups is, support and healing and all of that. And maybe he wanted to. Maybe he does love his children. The love, maybe he just doesn't know how to act. Maybe he does love his children. That's good for his children. Poor Baron, right? Five of Swords. Five of Swords, abusive relationship with them. So he was taught how to be a father, or he knows what he should have been doing. But the truth and the outcome of all of that is that he has an abusive relationship with them. He was the abuser. So that's how he is, how he reacts around his own children. That's very interesting. Now let's do his colleagues. How does he act around the people he works with? See how he treats his employees right now. Let's see how he does. Let's see what happens. Let's see what the base of that is. This is very interesting so that we understand a little bit more. He's just hurt people. That's the truth. Hurt people. And that is what happens is when we do that. Okay. So, how does Trump, 45, act around his colleagues? He wants them to worship him. Door of Romance. He wants them to love him. And patience. Interesting. So we have Goddess of the Moon, so he thinks that he's above them. above them. The moon's above everything, right? He thinks that they're above him, and he wants them to love him. And patience showed up. So I'm going to get some clarifiers as to why patience showed up. Maybe everybody has to be patient with him, or I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what this all means. Door to romance. I know that door, he wants everybody to love him. It's not like how he thinks of them. This is his whole day is how he wants them to think of him. You know, that he spends all of his days, this is very, very apparent. He spends all of his days worried about what everybody thinks about him. That's suffering. On a level, it is absolutely horrible. What do other people think about me? What do other people think about me? That is some serious self-loathing suffering. For sure. What is this one? The Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles, retirement, legacy. Oh, his legacy. Wants everybody to love him, and he wants a good legacy. This is about legacy. He thinks about his legacy a lot. And what is this one? Three of Pentacles. Now, the Three of Pentacles, depression, loss, divorce, heartbreak. Oh, that's swords. Sorry. I don't know why I said pentacles. I was thinking swords, and this is pentacles. So pentacles is skill, quality, and craftsmanship. So skill, quality, and craftsmanship is he wants them to love him for the job that he's doing. So this is all he wants them, what he wants back from them. Take. It's very interesting. Judgment. Yep. Judgment comes up. He judges them. He puts himself above everybody, and he judges everybody around him. Everybody, there's a judgment. If you breathed wrong, he will judge you for that. If you wore the wrong color of shirt, he will judge you for that. He will judge how you do something, how you don't do something. That's all he does. That's how he treats his people, is through judgment. And this one here is the Two of Swords, which is compromise. Compromise. He compromises his relationships with them by judging them. Okay, let's see what Patience has to say. The Emperor. Strategy, leadership. He wants them to have patience with him. This is not about how he thinks. This is all come around where what he wants to grab and get from them. Patience, strategy, leadership. Temperance. Goodness gracious. Control. Well, you know, temperance is balance, harmony, patience, self-control, moderation. That's how this is very confusing to me, because this is not how he is. But maybe this is how he wants them to see him as. Maybe that's what his desire for that is. Because Patience and the Emperor and Temperance are very good cards, actually. But that's not how he is. The Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords, dishonesty, running away. Seven of Swords, dishonesty and running away. Interesting. Dishonesty and running away. Death. Death of his presidency. Death of his presidency. Very interesting. Okay. I know you guys get a lot out of this stuff too. You know, when I do readings, you know, I don't mind anybody else. I love it when you guys interact and put your own kind of weigh in on that. I think it's a special thing for all opinions and all information, you know, come in. I really do. I feel blessed that we have a community that everybody gets to have a voice no matter what. You know, I'm not the only final say in a situation when I'm reading cards. Everybody gets to have a voice and weigh in, and I may get something and somebody else may get something different. And sometimes, you know, that's how it is, and we just meet in the middle. And that's the nicest thing about when you get readers who understand that. It can make a beautiful thing. So, you know, I don't know about the readers. I don't know, but it makes it beautiful and complimenting to each other when we allow everybody to have a voice and things like that. And it's a compliment for somebody to read on something that I hear read on, and they give, you know, their own voice and their own way of looking at it. I find that as a compliment. I think, you know, meeting in the middle is wonderful. All right, so let's do our daily tick on Trump and see yesterday, today, and tomorrow, and see what's going on. Yesterday, I watched a little clip last night right before I went to bed, which I shouldn't do because then I kind of think about him all some of the night before I go to sleep, and that's not healthy. But I guess the media women were after him again, asking him hard questions. He just had to go. Six of Pentacles keeps on coming up. So Six of Pentacles, you know, giving, receiving, helping, and generosity. So I think this has a lot to do with also the economy and all the big businesses and stuff like that. That he has been giving all this money. And you see there's rats in there, right? Generosity, giving it all to the rats. I don't think our stock market and our economy is honestly done. Five of Pentacles. So Five of Pentacles are coming up too. This is isolation, financial loss. So he's giving the money away, and then we are left with financial loss, and maybe he's with financial loss. This is about him. All right, what do we got here? This is also justice. You know, solutions, justice. This is justice coming for him. All right, see what we got. Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles, which is retirement. Ten of Pentacles. He's still thinking about retirement and leaving. I can't. You saw me shuffle. These cards keep on coming up over and over. Investment and new income. He's thinking about all his way out. He just knows. Another Seven of Pentacles. He is all about the money right now. Waiting. Work delay. Waiting for his money. What are you doing? Oh, here we go. Up, it is. Up, there it is. All the time. The 10, you know, yesterday, the 10 of Swords. That's what he felt again with the media. 10 of Swords. They are going after him again. He can't get away with this. And that's the thing I think he's realizing. That's the reason why he walked away and gave up, because he thinks that he can still change their mind, and he can berate them and call them names and all of that, and he can't get away with it anymore. He's just not getting away with it anymore. Let's just see. This is what is this one? It would represent the Four of Cups, which is unfulfilled. Unfulfilled. He's not getting what he wanted out of this presidency whatsoever. He's unfulfilled. He's unfulfilled in his money, because there's the money card right up above. And this is infestation. He's unfulfilled in his job, unfulfilled in his money, unfulfilled in his heart, unfulfilled in his love life. He's unfulfilled. And of course, we have the offer. He's waiting. This is his offer. This is his pregnancy with an offer, with a gift, an offer. Maybe that's what this one is waiting, waiting, waiting. Justice and waiting, waiting, waiting for the offer. I wonder. Okay. Let me draw some from my energy deck. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what we have down here. Angel of Strength. Angel of Balance. And Strategy. I think this is the United States and how we come at him. The media, because of this is the feeding of the rats, but he's thinking about retirement. We have the media who's always after him, and then this is the Angel of Strength, where United States and the media and the people are that we're strength. We have strength behind us. Angel of Balance. So we have the Five of Pentacles, which is isolation and financial loss. We have all about the money, the proposal, marriage. Four Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is long-term security. He's waiting for his money. And then we have, of course, the Four of Cups, which is surprise gift. And then we have the Angel of Balance. That means that, Spirit is going to get in there and balance this all out for us. And Strategy, you're all trying to figure it out. Justice is coming. Waiting, waiting, waiting. The offer, the gift, and the strategy behind it. So interesting. I wonder what's going to happen. The Angel of Balance is going to happen to him today. So I'm going to pay attention to see how the Angel of Balance balances all of this for us. So, all right, guys, have a happy Tuesday. Be kind to one another. When your base is kindness, that should be everything that you put forward in your life. Thanks.